Hey, what's up everybody? This is Camden on YouTube and I'm a PalFish teacher and I want to make this special video for everyone out there. The title is, what is more important on PalFish? Making money or building relationships? Now, what I've been starting to realize is they're both important. However, it starts with building relationships with your students and even with the moms, the dads, the family, the grandparents, the grandma, the grandfather, and start to learn as much as you can about the Chinese culture. Start to practice your Chinese. It's not a requirement to know Chinese, but if you can start to learn some of the Chinese characters, if you can practice some basic expressions, it will build a strong connection, a bond with your student and with their family. And when you can do that, you're going to have them for a long term, as a long-term student. So another thing is that for me, just 6 months ago, literally like 6 months ago, less than that, I was nervous about going to China. The air, oh my gosh, I'm going to Beijing for the first time. Is the air going to be dirty? Do I need a mask? What about the food? I'm vegan. A lot of things. And then I went there, and not only did the people take care of me better than any place I've ever been in my whole life, but I came in on blue skies in Beijing. I had friendly faces, curious questions, and I had the best time of my life. First time in China. So if I could think of 3 reasons why you should develop relationships first and then think about money, it's because A, you can travel more. You'd be very surprised if you can earn the trust and the respect of the Chinese people, at least the circle that you are influencing. When you go to China, they'll pay for your food. They'll pay for your dinner. And I don't say that as like, oh cool, I'm just walking into China and get everything paid for. I'm not saying that. I'm just being real. That's been my experience. And I do it with humility, and I do it with humbleness, and I do it with gratitude, and I'm very respectful of cultures. So boom, let me just hit that point. Number 2 is accommodation. Like I just said in a previous video, one of my students is from the province of Zhejiang. And in Zhejiang, I'm going to fly into a city called Hangzhou. Now, if anybody knows Jack Ma, the founder of Alipay, Taobao, AliExpress, all that cool stuff, that's where his hometown is from. So I'll fly into Hangzhou. And I made that a point. I bought that plane ticket, and I didn't even know like what I was going to do really. It was a cheap plane ticket. And I was like, I gotta get this. It's my #1 student. He's been waiting on me to come. So I said, man, I don't even know about a hotel and all that stuff. So I said to the guy, I said, hey, well, first my student had told me, he said, hey, why don't you come? You can teach at the school and you can have lots of fun and, make some money. And so I said, okay, cool. It's a win-win situation. And I took money out of the factor, and I told the dad on a message because his English is not so good, and I just said, hey, they wanted me to send like a resume and all that stuff, and I said, look, I'll just come and volunteer, and I just want to help the kids. I want to help people speak English. I straight up said that in a message, and then his dad was like, wow, thank you so much for caring about our country of China. When you come, we'll pay for your food, and we'll pay for accommodation. He says air conditioned, but it's going to be cold when I go, and there's Wi-Fi. So it's all good. All that is taken care of. And that's what I'm saying on this video. Like, build up your relationships, build up the trust. And there's a lot of things about cancellations and being a person of your word. You're never going to have a perfect record, so just forget about it. I'm going to make more videos about cancellations. Should you cancel or should you not cancel? It's another conversation. Number 3. When you can develop the relationship, you can build up your long-term student list. One of the cool things about PalFish is over time, say after your first 30 days or after your first 60 or 90 days, you'll start to see more data being built around your profile. So what I mean by that is when you go to your profile, you can click into if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see all of your top students, and you can see how many hours they have been spending with you, and that's boom, that's instant data for you. So That is your circle, that is your group that you need to influence and you need to build up relationships with. And people are going to disappear sometimes. It just happens. It kind of hurts sometimes because you really enjoyed the conversations with someone and they just disappeared. That's how it goes sometimes. But you never know. Sometimes they come back. So there's lots of great information that I can share with you guys to help your experience be much more expansive, more expansive, and so you can multiply your money, you can increase your student minutes, and then all the money things will be taken care of, So in this video, again, build up your relationships. You can travel more to China. You can just believe you can do it all the time. You'll get your accommodation paid for, you can get food paid for, and then of course you'll build up your long-term student list on PalFish. So it's a travel more, you can get free accommodation and free food, and you get to experience China. Come on, you get to travel, see a new culture, hear a new language, eat some new food. It's a win-win situation. Keep this video try to keep it under 7 minutes. Subscribe below if you haven't already. All the questions, all the comments. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe that this channel keeps growing more and more every day, all because of you guys. So please, and I have another announcement. I gotta make a separate video for this. I'm going to do a live Q&A for PalFish right here on YouTube. So that video will come and I'll make an announcement. It's going to be on sometime USA East Coast time. But that video will come. Stay tuned. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon.